before any of you hoes try to get me, I know I am missing 2 nails. One of them broke off while I was trying to put them on, and the other one just disappeared like some bitch. Apparently she wants me to do a video about her next. The missing nail of Barbara Moneta. The ratings would soar. Did she, you know, hey diddle diddle, my nail and the fiddle ran away with a spoon to the moon, or whatever the fuck that nursery rhyme is. Usually I know I give some sort of like explanation for my look. There is none. Anyways, let's get down to brass bitches. Let's get down to brass bras with witches' titties in them. One thing about not having a thumbnail, you can grab shit real easy, huh? Got your wig, ho. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, girl, you see it. Good call to dog, you see it. Good evening. But I digress. Here we go with today's episode. Miss Thing, Miss God, Miss Honey, Miss God. Motherfish can't come sit down for good kiki. I'm so hot tonight, so like, she needs to sit back like that. Give me some Mother Gothel teas. Go to your room, Rapunzel. Mother Cunt needs to go look for that bitch-ass flower so that I can keep these locks youthful. With this hair color, look like Mother Gothel after she missed a few trips to that little magical flower bitch. I didn't really pay attention during Tangled. Sorry, couldn't really capture my interest. Now, Frozen 2, on the other hand. I will say this until the day I perish. That is the most beautiful story Disney has ever written. Frozen 2 and Coco. Make a sequel. Make a crossover. I don't know how that shit will work out, to be real with you. I think I'll go to the land of the dead. Them hoes is Norwegia. But without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Today we will be discussing the disappearance and murder of Judy Smith, which occurred around April of 1997 in Asheville, North Carolina. Now, the interesting thing about this case that I'm just gonna go ahead and give y'all straight out the gate, Judy was a native of Massachusetts who was visiting Philadelphia with her husband, and then her body was found months later in Asheville, North Carolina. So that's the crazy thing about this case is, was she murdered in Asheville? Was she murdered in Philly and dumped in Asheville? Was she murdered somewhere between the two places? We don't know, bitch. We have some ideas, we have some speculation. That's about it. But let's get into it. On September 7th, 1997, hunters in Pisgah National Forest stumbled upon skeletal remains, partially buried, that were wrapped up in a blue blanket, scattered in the woods near campground / picnic area type situation. The remains were mostly centered around a shallow grave and were identified as belonging to a woman between the ages of 40 and 55 years old who had a seriously arthritic knee. There were holes and cuts on her bra as well as similar cutting marks on her bones, which led authorities to believe that the woman had been stabbed to death. Thankfully, they already knew the gender, age range, and at least one health condition of the victim, and then dental records along with the arthritic knee led investigators to a match, which was Judith Eldredge Smith, also known as Judith Louis Bradford Smith, who was a 50-year-old nurse from Newton, Massachusetts. Who had last been seen positively alive by her husband Jeffrey while they were in Philadelphia, as I mentioned earlier. Judy at the time was a newlywed married to Boston attorney Jeffrey Smith for about 5 months when they left for Philadelphia to attend a weekend conference, specifically the Northeast Pharmaceutical Conference that Jeffrey would be attending. On April 9th, 1997, Judy forgot her ID when they were at Logan International Airport in Boston. So they planned to travel separately and just meet later that night, which they did, and upon meeting that night, they went ahead and made plans for what they were going to do the next day. I about called her Annie. Who the hell? TBT to my first episode, Annie here, and she's feeling my gigs. She said, I'm subscribed to, ho. Judy discussed with Jeffrey that she was going to go sightseeing the next day. Specifically, she really wanted to see Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell. See, Judy sounds like me. A bitch loves to see landmarks and history, architecture gigs. I do not know how to talk like a regular human unless I'm reading notes. I'm sorry, y'all. It just makes me sad because I'm like, Judy, I feel you. You was just trying to get your zhush and you got gooped. Or did she? And so the next day, April 10th, Judy went sightseeing with her belongings in her trademark red backpack that she carried instead of a purse. Now, that morning was the last time Jeffrey saw her alive. At 5:30 p.m., Jeffrey had returned to the hotel and expected her to be there because they were supposed to meet to get ready for a cocktail party at 6. However, Judy was nowhere to be found. So he just assumed, hey, maybe we had a miscommunication and she's already at the party. So he goes to the party. Bitch ain't there either. Surprised? I think the fuck not. Ain't shit ever normal on this damn show. Jeffrey searched for her for about 45 minutes to an hour and then had the concierge call local hospitals. And when that didn't turn up anything, he hopped in a cab and searched the route that she probably would have taken to go see the specific landmark she was that day. Still couldn't find her. Tried to call the police. These hoes was like, well, the protocol is to wait 24 hours. Missing. But we can report her missing in the morning. And Jeffrey was like, okay, what the fuck ever. I'm imagining. So the next morning, you wanna know what Jeffrey did, honey? Miss Jeffrey went up to the police station and said, ow, missing report now. And they said, alright. He also notified Judy's children that she had disappeared.
She had disappeared, Miss Thing, and do you know what happens to people that disappear? They get gooped.
A search began immediately throughout the city. Jeffrey mailed out missing flyers. He hired 3 different private investigators, but nobody could find any trace of Judy. During the investigation, there were several sightings of Judy. A few people in Philadelphia said that they had saw her a few days after she vanished, acting strange and disoriented. But it also has been noted that a lot of the Philadelphia sightings could have been of a homeless woman that so much resembled Judy that her own son Craig had mistaken her for his mother. But there was a homeless man named David who swears that he saw Judy Smith and not the look-alike twice after she vanished, that she had allegedly slept on a bench next to his. He tried to offer her coffee in the morning, but she declined. Jeffrey believes that David's claims could be plausible. There were other unconfirmed sightings of her that placed her nearby in New Jersey. She was spotted at a Macy's department store in the Deptford Mall in Deptford Township, New Jersey, acting strange and disoriented. Both a salesperson and customer were able to describe her. They said that she was shopping for dresses for her daughter. When they described her, they also mentioned her trademark red backpack. And as she was leaving, tried to get a younger woman to go with her, possibly believing that the woman was her daughter. And Judy's family and private detective they hired believe that this was in fact Judy Smith.
Really spooky shit, folks.
Shout out to Cookout. This is not a sponsored video. Then, as I mentioned earlier, on September 7th, 1997, is when a father and son deer hunting in the woods near Asheville discovered Judy's remains. A pair of balls, I don't know how it's pronounced, I never owned these shits, sunglasses, and a blue backpack found with Judy did not belong to her and are believed to, of course, belong to her killer. Miss Murderer of oh, God, that scared the shit out of me. It's so quiet in here, y'all. Oh, my God. Nobody could understand how she ended up in Asheville. She had only been to North Carolina twice before, and she had never been to that part of the state, nor had she expressed any desire to go to that part of the state. They just had to say that. Oh, she didn't have no desire. Girl, don't be doing me. Asheville is cunt. Some of her friends suggested that Judy had voluntarily left Philadelphia to go to Asheville, with one friend even saying that in fact Judy and Jeffrey's marriage was tenuous and that she might have wanted to get a break from him and therefore went to Asheville. Authorities say that the clothes she was wearing suggested that she was not dumped where she was found and that she had been hiking in the area and was murdered not far from where she was dumped. But do we know anything yet? No, we don't. Several shop owners and employees reported that they had spoken with a Judy from Boston in Asheville after she had vanished. A local store clerk spoke to a woman she believed to be Judy in April and said that the woman seemed completely normal and stated that her husband was a Boston attorney that was in Philadelphia for a conference and that she just wanted to go to Asheville. An employee of the Biltmore estate, a local deli owner, and an owner of an Asheville campground all reported that they had seen a woman they believed to be Judy. A hotel clerk reported that he remembered her staying at the hotel he worked at from April 10th to April 12th. None of these witnesses felt that anything was wrong with her. It is even alleged that she applied for a job in a doctor's office in Asheville. Initially, police suspected her husband Jeffrey, of course, and believed that the entire story had been fabricated and that she never went to Philadelphia in the first place. Later, however, he was basically ruled out as a suspect when it was determined, due to serious health conditions, there is no way he could have disposed of Judy's body where it was found. Anyways, he insists that they were on good terms with their marriage. He believes she met with foul play in Philadelphia. Police do not suspect him, but they believe that she indeed met with foul play, but in Asheville, that she had voluntarily went to Asheville, and that is where she was murdered. Authorities also believe that the murderer is someone who is familiar with that area of North Carolina, but not necessarily a North Carolina native. Which is even spookier. This bitch knows the highways and byways and shits and gigs. And also, her trademark red backpack was missing, but robbery was ruled out as a motive, as she was still carrying $167 in cash, and her diamond wedding ring wasn't stolen. So clearly this wasn't someone interested in money, they just wanted to kill her. Police also believe that most of the Asheville sightings reported to them are indeed credible and true. However, and I would already say this, that does absolutely nothing to tell us what happened. What on earth was she doing in Asheville? Who killed her and why? Like, who would have wanted her dead? Or was it a serial killer? Because police believe that she could have been a victim of Gary Michael Hilton, who was also known as the National Park serial killer, because one of his victims was found tied to a tree not far from where Judy's body was found. Now, sadly, Jeffrey Smith passed away in 2005, and while a few people here and there still suspect him, he almost certainly died not really knowing what happened to his wife. Judy's family definitely believes that she was suffering from some type of dissociative disorder, such as amnesia, and that's why people reported seeing her acting strange and disoriented. And according to an article I read earlier, there seemed to be some progress being made in her investigation in September of 2016, but it didn't really seem to go anywhere, and alas, we still do not know why Judy Smith was in Asheville, who killed her, or why. Whoops. And also, I just jotted down a few little details that I thought could be important to the case, just when thinking and speculating about what could have happened to Miss Judy, baby. Now, number one, for people that are like, oh, well, they were newlyweds, they hadn't been together that long, maybe he wanted something like life insurance or what have you. I found out that they had been together 10 years before they were married, which does not automatically rule him out as a suspect. But for anyone who would think along the lines of, well, you know, they hadn't been together that long. Also, for anyone who would be thinking of things along the lines of she got lost or she didn't know what the fuck she was doing type shit. Judy was an experienced traveler. She had once taken her children with Europe to her. She had went to Europe with her children for several weeks, and she had once went by herself to Thailand to visit the family of a former patient of hers. Also, fun fact, Jeffrey mentioned the story of how he fell in love with Judy when she was the nurse for his dying father, and when they didn't have a normal stand for his IV bag to be inserted into him, she improvised and used a curtain rod, and he thought that was so wonderful that she cared so much about her patient that she was ingenious and said,
I'm gonna make it work like Tim Gunn, bitch.
oh, I love love. Anyways, there was one more detail, but what was it? I don't know. Just kidding, I write everything down because I'm neurotic and can't remember anything. Oh, who said that? Was it me? Also, Judy left $500 behind in the hotel room. But, on top of that, her American Express gold card was never used again. Which makes me think she either got in Philadelphia, or she really did try to go to Asheville and, like, start anew? I don't know. I don't think she would do that to her kids, though. I don't think she could have done that to Greg and what's-her-face. I couldn't find out her fucking name. Damn. So in the words of Willem, so what the fuck? What y'all think happened up in this just pony ride? Oh, oh my God. Wait, I don't know if the bitch was born yet. I was gonna say Priscilla Chambers could have got her ass. I need y'all to, like, comment and stuff. Cause, like, there ain't been a lot of comments lately. Don't know what's happening with that, baby. But
shit, y'all want me to talk about this some shit. Y'all know anything about it? Y'all want to come be a co-star guest situation? I can't promise nothing, but like, girl, I'm trying to get into the gig.
y'all let me know what you would prefer. Y'all let me know your opinions, what you want to hear about, what you think about this case. Just speak to me. I don't even, just comment, girl. Tell me how your day's going. Shit, I just want to hear some shit from the girls. You know, the doll likes to talk to the girls. Oh shit, it's about to be like 5 minutes remaining. Hurry up, fatty. And I'm gonna be like, why? And it's gonna be like, because you stupid faggot, I'm about to die. She surely did say stop that. Anyways, money hoes, money chasers. This is Babs Money, aka Miss Dragatha Christie. This is my little fake monocle where I'm like, what's the tea? I'm signing off for now. Because it's like 4 a.m. at this point and I need to go to sleep. But I love you all, Miss Things, Mrs. Things. And we will all talk later and get our whole jushy lives. Until next time, money chasers. Wham!